12th Biozoology, Unit 2nd, Chapter 5, Molecular Genetics. In this part, we are going to discuss about regulation of gene expression. We know what is a gene. A part of the DNA is gene. This gene is transcribed into mRNA, that is transcription. This mRNA is translated into protein. This process is translation. The protein product of a gene is expressed by some control. That is what we are going to discuss now. A DNA has thousands of genes. The product of one gene is protein. The gene 1 produces one protein, another gene produces another protein. All the genes produce their own protein. Thousands of genes produce thousands of different kinds of proteins. Do you think all the thousands of genes produce their own proteins at a time, or all the proteins are produced by their genes continuously all the 24 hours? It is our doubt. The genes do not produce their products continuously. When there is a need, the gene product protein is produced. How is the gene expression regulated? That is our today's discussion. Pancreas is an organ. It produces hormone insulin. Insulin is a protein. The pancreas produces insulin. Under which condition pancreas produces insulin? Pancreas produces insulin under some conditions. What condition? After meal, our carbohydrate level in the blood increases, glucose level in the blood increases. At that time, the insulin gene turns on. When the blood sugar level is under control, the insulin gene turns off. Turn on and turn off of a gene is related to gene expression. How is the gene expression regulated? Let us see. Regulation of gene expression is extensively studied in prokaryotes. In prokaryotes, gene expression is regulated in two places. One is transcription, another one is translation. If the gene expression is regulated or stopped in the transcription level, mRNA will not be produced. If the gene expression is regulated at the translation level, protein will not be produced. But in this part, we are going to discuss about the regulation of gene expression in transcription level. If transcription is stopped, mRNA will not be produced. So gene cannot express its protein. Regulation of gene expression at transcriptional level. This is E. coli bacteria. It's a prokaryote. In this organism, the gene expression is regulated by metabolites. What are metabolites? Metabolites are products of biochemical reactions or metabolism. Intracellular metabolites or extracellular metabolites control the turn on and turn off of a gene. Gene expression in prokaryotes is controlled by intracellular metabolites and extracellular metabolites. Usually, small extracellular or intracellular metabolites trigger initiation or inhibition of gene expression. We have already discussed about operons under the heading polycistronic gene. What I have shown here is the paragraph taken from transcription. Already we have learned about transcription. DNA is copied into mRNA. There we have learned the same paragraph. In prokaryotes, cluster of related genes known as operon, which are found next to each other on the chromosomes. They are transcribed together to give a single mRNA. Cluster of genes are transcribed into single mRNA and hence are polycystonic. This is what we have already learned under the heading transcription. Now let me show what we are going to learn about operons in present lesson, that is regulation of gene expression. The cluster of genes with related functions are called operons. That means more than one gene. In E. coli, nearly 260 genes are grouped into 75 different operons. They usually transcribe single mRNA molecules. We are discussing about regulation of gene expression at transcription level. So let us recall something about transcription which we have already learned. A structural gene has template strand and coding strand. Coding strand is one that has promoter sequence. Promoter sequence, nucleotide sequence, provide attachment place or binding site for RNA polymerase. This is RNA polymerase. The RNA polymerase attaches on promoter sequence. It is a part of coding strand. When the RNA polymerase reads the template strand, based on the template sequence, it adds ribonucleotides, RNA nucleotides. So the mRNA grows. Now let us see the structure of operon. Operon has one or more structural genes. More than one structural gene. The structural gene is transcribed into mRNA, tRNA or rRNA. From mRNA, the structural gene produces protein. Structural gene, one or more structural genes are the components of operon. The genes can be transcribed and translated into proteins. Promoters are also part of operon. The operon is promoters. Promoters are sequences. They give signal for the attachment of RNA polymerase enzyme. They are signaling sequences. Promoters are signaling sequences in DNA that initiate RNA synthesis. What is the initiation of RNA synthesis? That is attachment of RNA polymerase. RNA polymerases bind to the promoter prior to the initiation of transcription. RNA polymerases bind to the promoter prior to the initiation of transcription. In between the promoter and structural genes, an operator gene is present. The operators are present between the promoters and structural genes. The repressor protein binds to the operator region of operon. Repressor protein binds to the operator region of operon. Repressor protein is produced by I gene. I represents inhibitor gene. Repressor protein is not produced by structural gene, that is produced by I gene. The repressor protein binds to the operator region of the operon. The repressor protein controls transcriptional activity of the structural gene. Structural gene is transcribed into mRNA. This activity is controlled by repressor protein. Repressor protein controls the transcriptional activity of structural gene. When the repressor protein binds to the operator, the structural gene will be turned off. When the repressor protein binds to the operator, structural gene cannot be transcribed. It will be turned off. When the repressor protein moves away from operator, structural gene will be turned on. Let us see the parts of operon in diagram. The operon has structural genes Z, Y and A, and a promoter. in between the promoter and structural genes operator. In addition to the PO and structural genes, it also has inhibitor gene, I gene. I gene transcribes another mRNA. For that, another promoter. The P is the binding site. P is the promoter for I gene. This promoter is common to these three genes. And these three structural genes produce single mRNA. So polycistronic genes, single mRNA. This mRNA produces three different proteins. And this inhibitor gene, after transcription, produces an mRNA, that is a repressor mRNA. The repressor mRNA produces repressor protein. Structural genes produce transcribe mRNA and produce three proteins. Inhibitor gene is transcribed into repressor mRNA that is translated into repressor protein. This is repressor protein. When the repressor protein binds to the operator, transcription will stop. When the repressor protein does not bind to the operator, gene will be expressed. Now the repressor protein binds to the operator, so no transcription. What is the reason? When the repressor protein binds to the operator, RNA polymerase cannot move from the promoter. The RNA polymerase cannot move. The RNA polymerase cannot read the structural genes. If the repressor protein is not attaching on the operator, the repressor protein is away from the operator, the RNA polymerase can move and read the structural gene. RNA polymerase is reading the structural gene and produces mRNA. This is a single mRNA. It has LAC-Z, LAC-Y, LAC-A. That is lactose. This is lactose Z gene. This is lactose Y gene. This is lactose A gene. And from the mRNA, three proteins are produced. They are beta galactosidase. This is an enzyme. Lactose permease. This is another enzyme. Trans-acetylase, another enzyme. Beta galactosidase breaks lactose into glucose and galactose. Lactose permease allows the movement of lactose into the cell, E. coli cell. Trans-acetylase causes the transfer of acetyl group from acetyl coenzyme A to beta galactosidase. And the inhibitor gene transcribes repressor mRNA that produces repressor protein. What is lactose? Disaccharide. After metabolism, it cleaves into glucose and galactose. So what we are going to discuss is lac operon. There are different operons are there. So lac operon is commonly studied one. It is lactose operon. It is about lactose metabolism. It is a disaccharide. It splits into glucose and galactose. E. coli bacteria live in our digestive system. This bacteria uses glucose to get energy. E. coli bacteria uses glucose to get energy. Glucose is available for the bacterium. After digestion, carbohydrates are broken down into glucose. Now glucose is available. If glucose is not available, somebody drinks milk, lactose will be available. Under what condition glucose will be used to get energy? Under what condition lactose will be used to get energy? This is a question. If glucose is not there, lactose will be broken down into glucose and galactose. Now the glucose is available. For that, what enzyme is necessary? Beta galactosidase enzyme. Beta galactosidase enzyme is produced by Z gene. LAC-Z gene produces beta galactosidase that breaks lactose into glucose and galactose. So if glucose is absent, LAC gene will express beta galactosidase. At that time, lactose will be converted into glucose and galactose. The lactose gene turns on if glucose is absent and produce beta galactosidase. Lactose metabolism will occur. Lactose is broken down into glucose and galactose. The gene is on. If glucose is present, the gene will turn off because the bacterium prefers glucose to get energy because this is single molecule monosaccharide. If it is absent only, it uses lactose as a source of energy and it has to break the lactose, so the gene turns on. Thus the LAC-Z gene produces beta-galactosidase. This is 3 structural genes, mRNA, and 3 proteins, beta-galactosidase. Beta-galactosidase breaks lactose into glucose and galactose. And LAC-Y gene produces lactose permease. It is an enzyme that increases the permeability of cell membrane, so more lactose channels are produced. Through the lactose channels, the lactose sugar enters into the cell. Transacetylase transfers acetyl group from acetyl coenzyme A to beta-galactosidase. So LAC-operon, the metabolism of lactose in E. coli requires 3 enzymes. The first one, permease, beta-galactosidase, and transacetylase. The enzyme permease is needed for the entry of lactose into the cell. The enzyme beta-galactosidase brings about hydrolysis of lactose to glucose and galactose. The enzyme transacetylase transfers acetyl group from acetyl coenzyme A to beta-galactosidase. So the role of 3 enzymes are clear to us now. Jacob and Monod proposed the classical model of LAC-operon to explain gene expression and regulation in E. coli. So this is LAC-operon, structural genes, operator, promoter, inhibitor gene, and promoter for inhibitor gene. When the cell is using its normal energy source as glucose, the I gene transcribes a repressor mRNA. So the I gene transcribes mRNA always. Continuously I gene produces mRNA, that is repressor mRNA. I gene produces repressor mRNA when cell is using normal energy source glucose. Glucose is available, so lactose metabolism is not necessary. The I gene produces repressor mRNA, and after its translation, a repressor protein is produced. The repressor mRNA is translated into repressor protein. This is repressor protein. When the repressor protein binds to the operator, what will happen? The repressor protein binds to the operator region of the operon and prevents translation. As a result, beta-galactosidase is not produced. The repressor protein binds to the operator, so the RNA polymerase cannot move, so transcription and translation are prevented. In the absence of preferred glucose, if lactose is available as an energy source for the bacteria, then lactose enters a cell. As a result of permease enzyme, lactose acts as an inducer and interacts with the repressor to inactivate it. Glucose is absent. Now the bacteria must use lactose. Lactose is the only energy source. So lactose enters into the cell because of permease enzyme. Permease enzyme allows the lactose to get into the cell. Because of permease enzyme, lactose enter into the cell. Lactose molecules enter into the cell because of permease. The lactose acts as an inducer and interacts with the repressor to inactivate it. The lactose acts as an inducer. It interacts with the repressor and inactivate it. Now the repressor is inactivated. Let us see. The repressor moves to the operator. It cannot bind. Repressor is inactivated by lactose. Lactose acts as inducer. Now operator can allow the movement of RNA polymerase. RNA polymerase transcribes. So the needed mRNAs are transcribed, protein is produced, lactose metabolism takes place. Gene is turned on. RNA polymerase cannot transcribe due to the repressor attachment on operator. Gene turns off. Inducers like metabolite prevent the repressor and allow the gene turn on. They are metabolites. Lactose or allolactose stop the repressor activity, so gene turns on, RNA polymerase reads, and protein products is produced. If the gene turns on, the lactose is converted into glucose. Lactose is converted into glucose, so glucose molecule number increases and lactose number decreases. When more glucose is available, again the gene will turn off. This is about the mechanism of gene expression in prokaryotes.